What is up, guys? We're back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be installing an oil catch can and doing a routine oil change on the 2018 WRX. Alrighty guys, we're back. Got a few things taken off here. Gonna explain exactly what I did. For starters, I thought that I would have to take off the charge pipe here, but it's not looking like I'm gonna have to do that, so you can skip doing all this. I just removed this to make it a little bit easier. So what you're gonna wanna do, I definitely recommend having a light like this to hang, or a headlamp like I have on right now. Also a magnet tray so that you can keep all your bolts together in a specific area. So far, the only tools that I've needed is a screwdriver, flathead, and 12mm socket, and then you're gonna need pliers to take off the clamps off the PCV and for the hose, and then you're also going to need, like, here, I'll just show them because I forget exactly what they're called. Wrong drawer. They're up here. You're gonna need these right here. They're like hose clamp pliers, so that you can get around the hose and like wiggle it off. It makes the job a lot easier. Loosened up this bolt here. It's a little difficult to see, but loosen up this bolt right here. Loosen up this bolt right here. Push this forward. Well, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Do those two bolts first, and then up top here, there's going to be a 12mm and a 12mm over here, along with two on a bracket, and that's this piece over here, this bracket. So then once you get that off, then you can press up on this side. I kind of went like that with my hand and pressed forward. And then it should be as easy as just twisting this out and pulling it off on this side here. A little difficult doing it one-handed, but we'll make it work. Just like that. There, it's popped off. And you can pull your top mount intercooler out. And as you can see here, see if I can get this angle a little bit better. This thing has a bit of oil, just a bit. My flashlight out to wee a little bit. So we're gonna be taking care of that. So next, once you get that removed, you're gonna wanna come back here, come around to the side, and your PCV valve, which is this guy right down here connected to the block. You're gonna wanna remove that, and that's gonna be your inlet. So basically what you're doing with this is this catch can is going to be going in between the tube that's right here. If I can get my hand out of the way. It's gonna be going in between the tube that's right here. So here, and then where it connects into the manifold. So it's kind of like a tee-off, but it's not really a tee-off. Here's the catch can. We got an, where's the brand at? Evil Energy off of Amazon. I think it was like 35 bucks. You don't really have to go with anything crazy. I know a lot of people go AOS. For street use, you really only need a catch can, but it's just nice to have because especially on these Subarus, they love blow-by. They love taking oil into the air box, wherever, and it takes care of a lot of things. Alright guys, we're back. Finally decided where I was gonna route the catch can. I've seen people mount them to the air box. I've seen people mount them over to the battery. I wanted to use everything that came with the kit and kind of put it to a spot where you're not gonna have to go and buy anything extra. So what I ended up doing, you can see down there, I mounted the bracket, and it's nice that it came with the bracket, to a bolt that's into the body that's already threaded and everything. And the only thing that I did different was I swapped this bolt out from the front fan. It's in there tight. It's not going to move, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. I just had to get a thicker bolt because of the thickness of that metal. But we're going to go right there with it. Here's our one coming off the PCV, so we are going to route both lines back through here. That other one is, where is it at? Can't see it. Weird angle that I'm looking at right here. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is. Right there. So then the other one's going to come off there. We're going to run both lines back through here. And then we're just going to mount it with the bracket right here and right there. So it'll all work out and sit flush and look good. So it's the next day. I ended up having to go to the store. So unfortunately, the tubing size on the manifold here is a different size. As you can see on the tube here, this is the factory one for the PCV. You have a 3/8 on one end, and I'm unsure on the size on this other end, but I ended up going to advanced. I grabbed 3 feet of 1/2-inch heater hose, which is the same exact tubing that it came with. It's just 3/8, not 1/2 inch like this one is. So we're using a 1/2 inch tube and a 3/8 tube. When you route this up, I pulled one of these out to show you guys. They came with little grommets, little O-rings. I'm putting them on the catch can, and you're going to need a 20mm wrench to tighten these up. So there's that. Just come in here and, I wouldn't say make them too terribly tight, but definitely snug them up. And then from here, you're going to route your lines, cut them to sizing and everything like that. I just think it's better, my catch can being back here. Obviously it's out of the way. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to see it, but it makes it easy because I already put the manifold on, or not the manifold, sorry. I put the intercooler on the top here, and you can actually reach your hand back down here perfectly fine and remove the can from the bottom anyway. And plus you have your dipstick here to check it anyway. You should only be doing this every oil change interval, or roughly, I would check it every like 2,000 to 3,000 miles. Just check the dipstick, or check it regularly when you're checking your oil, just to double check to make sure that nothing's going bad. But from here now, we are going to route everything, get our tubing the way that we like it to, and I will catch up with you guys once we have everything buttoned up. I got 2 more hose clamps here, so I'm gonna just run through here real quick everything you are going to need for this project. Me personally, I grabbed a drill to drill the hole out of the adapter for the screw. You're gonna need a 12mm socket and a 10mm socket. You're gonna need 4 hose clamps. You're gonna need 1 3/8 inch tubing and 1 1/2 inch tubing, which it comes with 3/8. If you're able to squeeze it on, good for you. I couldn't. I just made it easier for myself, went and got 1/2 inch tubing. It only comes with 2 hose clamps in the kit, unless mine didn't come with all 4, but you can also reuse the factory clamps here that they give you. But me personally, I just like the way hose clamps work better, the screw-on ones. Gotta get these hose clamps back on the tube here, so we're gonna do that now. We got all of our hoses plumbed up. Right there is our hose for PCV, and then back in here is our hose for the manifold. And then going in, the outline is going to be for the manifold, which is going to be that 1/2 inch line, and then the 3/8 inlet line is going to be that PCV, which is going to be on the block of the car. Alrighty guys, we are back. We got everything buttoned up here. Let me get my flashlight here. We got everything buttoned up here with the catch can. Everything is installed. Everything is on. It is all working. Now we are going to head to doing our oil change. I have jack stands. You may have a lift, everything like that. One thing I wanted to say before I get into it here, definitely recommend buying these. These are from Harbor Freight. They're like $18 a piece. They're freaking amazing. Yep, right like that. Got the little down pipe with the heat wrap. Yeah, boy. Get this down in here. Right like that. Get this one over here. And then all you gotta do is twist this out, and it should drop right out for you. Right like that. Oh, man. That is dirty. Looks good though. Looks all right. What I do is I'll come up top here while that's draining, loosen off your oil filter. Get all that old oil out of there. There, you can hear it there. It's draining more of it out. Drains out the oil from the filter housing up top here. Right like that. There's that old filter, Subaru filter. Just gotta set that over there for now. Make sure to clean that area up. There's that. Grab your new filter. And then it doesn't really matter. I know a lot of people get new oil, but I get old oil too. It doesn't really matter. Just grease up your filter. O-ring. Make sure it's nice and lubed up. And then stick it right back on. Also, make this hand tight. You don't have to go crazy with it. Man, my hands are slippery. Switch hands here. Just go hand tight with it. You'll be all right. And take off your fill. I'm going to be using 5W30. Castrol. You can really use whatever oil you want, as long as it's full synthetic. And me personally, Subarus, I change my oil every 3,000 to 4,000 miles on these, because that's actually a 3,500 oil change right there, and you saw how dark the oil is. These engines just get so dark with oil. Some people too, I've heard, they'll prime the oil filter, put a little bit of oil up in here. I don't really feel the need to do that, so I'm not going to worry about it. One more thing I forgot to get: when you make sure you always change out your crush washer. But yeah, after you get that filter on, all your oil's drained out from the bottom. Up our drain bolt. Make sure you put that crush washer on the new drain bolt. Get up in here. Snug up our drain bolt. And then me, normally, for my drain bolts, I know some people have specs for them, everything like that. I normally, once it gets tight, I'll just go like this and go, give it a little snug up. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a drain bolt. Doesn't need to be super tight. Alrighty. And then from here, get your funnel and start dumping your oil in. It's going to be, like I said again, 530. We are putting in 5.4 quarts. So what I normally do is I'll take it a 5 quart container, and then I'll go get a 6 quart, dump the whole 5 in, check your dipstick, and then start slowly adding in your extra oil to get to that 0.4 number once you get it at the right level and everything like that. Definitely another good point too, make sure your car is on a leveled area. My garage is kind of slanted, so I have the rear picked up a lot higher than the front, so oil levels should be good. We got our oil in. We're completely topped off here. I will show the line here where we are at. As you can see, the line is right at the fuel line. So we are all set. Being a little under or a little over isn't going to hurt the car. So if you are off by a little bit, don't freak out. You'll be all right. So that's that. Now we got to put the car back down on the ground, and we are all set. That is catch can and oil change all in one, baby. So thanks for tuning in to the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful, everything like that. If you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment down in below. Subscribe if you are new. Welcome to the channel if you are new as well. We do content on my WRX and my 01 NB Miata. Without further ado, we're gonna catch you guys on the next video. And one last thing I want to add, I'm going to drop that catch can that I got. It's a Evil Energy, I believe it is. Yeah, Evil Energy. Got it on Amazon. I will drop it down in the description. I think it was like $35. Great catch can. So once again, that's where that's mounted at. Got it back there. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Love y'all.